cookie.
Come on, sis.
Oh, we about to tell the real tea now.
Come on, bitch.
Aquaria won that.
Come on, Aquafina, Monica.
She better come out with sponges again, bitch. And say, teleport us to Mars with the sponges, bitch.
Bitch, I wish she would. She needs to wear sponge again. Did you all see Yuha's sponge dress? Bitch, she is stupid.
Did you see her music video?
Yuha's music, oh, onk here and an onk here.
To the tune of E-I-E-I-O.
It's kind of funny though. It's the worst thing ever, but it's funny.
What did y'all think when you walked in, or when Aquaria walked in? Did you recognize her? Because I feel like she was the biggest name going in. She had 200,000 followers of people.
Go ahead,
knew she was.
They added me to look when I did the ow. That was probably really about Eureka, because the only one I knew really was Eureka and Asia.
Those are the
I didn't know
girls
what,
you knew.
and I'm pretty sure when Aquaria came in, I was in the mirror, like trying to fix myself.
Girl, Vanjie was giving you a list of Edwards in the mirror, bitch. Like, when Aquaria walked in, I knew who she was because I had heard rumors she was going to be on. I met her in New York, and she was just as young and full of herself then.
Ain't shit changed.
But she's fierce, and she is actually a very sweet person, so yeah. I give it up for Aquaria. She alright.
Was there anyone else you were expecting? Because you said you heard Aquaria was going to be there.
Yeah, I was expecting a few people, like, I was actually expecting Aurora Sexton on this season for some reason. I was also expecting Brooklyn Heights, potentially. Yes. Instead, we got Cameron Michaels, which, yeah, I like Cameron. Yeah. Who else were we expecting?
I was expecting you, bitch. That's about it. And Asia, well, for the pageant scene, because
I didn't expect Asia. I was surprised to see her. What about you, Trinity? Who'd you expect to see?
I expected, obviously, you to be there. I mean, I don't know.
Obviously.
I don't care. It ain't my season.
Well, you getting paid to be here, bitch, so welcome to the conversation.
So here we go.
I'm gonna do a hair flip right now if I can move my neck.
This bitch is so hemmed up in this corset. That's why I'm sitting beside her and talking all this shit, because I know she ain't do nothing. She ain't gonna do nothing. Look. What's she gonna do?
So
nothing.
You knew Asia from the pageant scene. Who else did you know before you walked into Drag Race?
I knew Eureka. Anybody that did tag, I knew of Mayhem. Didn't know her personally.
Yeah.
That's because she was on all the little videos that, since season 2.
Yeah.
I knew Eureka, but not really personally. I just knew of her and, like, we've communicated. Asia, and then that's pretty much about it.
Yeah.
I didn't know nobody else.
I randomly have a story where I met Miss Cracker. I had no idea that I had met her before, but like a year ago, I was doing a drag brunch for Voss Events, and she was there, but her name then was Brianna Cracker. Oh goddamn, this is so hard to watch, man. I get all out of breath, bitch. I can't even breathe.
When you heard that dress pop, did you have flashbacks of your knee?
Chicago, y'all was fucking with me tonight, booking me with this bitch. Y'all fucking with me. You said 2 days in a row, bitch. Have a good time. Welcome to Chicago.
Oh, we're performing together tomorrow?
We sure are.
On the same stage. Can I go first?
It don't matter where you go. It just depends on where you're entertaining.
Ooh.
Can I get a refill?
We got Trinity the tuck and Eureka the knee.
Girl, no. Someone was, we did like this apologetic thing. Oh, my Miss Cracker story. Can I finish it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I met Brianna was her name then, Brianna Cracker.
Which is an amazing drag name. Brianna Cracker, are you joking?
Yeah, and I was filming my music video, Body Positivity. Y'all can get that on iTunes, just saying. And I met her at this drag brunch, and I loved this blonde wig she was wearing, and she let me buy the motherfucker off her head. I literally bought the wig off her head, bitch, and she said, yeah, bitch, she said, rent's due. You want it? I said, fuck yeah, girl. And then we went and had lunch, and literally it took up until like I can't tell you what number episode, you just gotta watch the show. But when I realized who she even was and that we knew each other. That's so weird.
Did you bring her wig on the show or was long gone?
Oh no, baby, I put that wig through it, bitch. That wig is gone.
Cracker really is a hustler. She really is.
Oh, I fucking love Cracker.
When she said that about the karate thing, I was like, that makes sense because I don't think I ever saw her out of drag until it was on the show.
Yeah.
First time, because even when she came here, she did XYZ with us. That bitch came like right on time. She stayed out the whole time and was in drag.
Yeah.
She is so good.
Even in New York, every time I see her, we did the premiere week, and it would be like 6 o'clock in the fucking morning.
Yeah.
She's peeling the corner in full quiche.
Yeah.
And I was like, bitch, where have you been?
Have you noticed every time she's making shit in the workroom, she always got her pads on and shit?
She always
Put the body on. I'm like, girl.
Have you noticed she kind of looks like that sloth from Ice
They got that meme out there.
Right.
She is out there. I think the meme
She's
actually.
a cute sloth.
She is adorable. It's so weird how she can be that skinny, that fucking crazy looking as a boy, and that absolutely gorgeous as a drag queen.
Well, hello.
Is it? And Aquaria's like 21, but isn't Cracker like 32?
I have no idea, actually. Yeah, she's older.
Reserved.
She's older.
Cracker is Aquaria's father.
So how do we all feel about Asia getting the Bianca Del Rio edit this episode?
I love it. I thought she was so cute with all that.
Yeah.
I remember when I was throwing up my tutu tour on my shoulders. That tour that got me kicked off. She did do my machine for me. She helped me like.
I just remember me and Monet being like, Asia, you have got to work on your costume, girl. When are you going to work on your costume? Stop working on everybody else's. So that says a lot. But girl, also, you got to keep your head in the game. So we'll see.
Everything that I heard about Asia going to this is that she was the most scary, sickening, like she was just gonna own the whole competition.
Yeah.
Then when she walks into a pageant, everybody clutches her pearls.
It's true.
Oh, bitch can do it,
I competed
man.
against her in 2006, bitch. She killed me, bitch.
Really?
In US of A, she was.
Ooh, she beat you?
She was first runner-up to Alyssa.
That's when she did the Bring It On talent.
I didn't even make the top 10, girl. I was terrible that year.
Have you?
Nothing's changed.
Eureka, have you ever competed against Asia?
No, I never competed against Asia, actually.
Y'all competed against each other though, EOY.
Oh, we did. Yeah, me and Trinity have competed
Was
against
that
each other.
only
I
the
competed
once?
against Asia on RuPaul's Drag Race Season 10.
That too, yeah.
Still competing
The
against
biggest
Asia.
pageant out there.
Yeah.
It is. It's like a huge pageant.
Did y'all only compete against each other once?
Oh
It was
no.
a bunch of times, right?
Twice.
3 times, I think. No.
What about have y'all always hated each other? Can you imagine?
You can answer first.
I can, yeah.
I actually never hated Eureka.
It was the edit.
No, it wasn't the edit. Okay, on the show, I hated her. But before the show, I mean, she was a little annoying, but...
Sugar daddy.
Did anyone here know the Vixen locally before she was on Drag Race? I have to say, she surely did stir shit up on a regular basis. It's
Tell us more.
Are you guys proud of the Vixen?
Absolutely!
It is what it is.
Has anybody here actually gotten into a fist fight with the Vixen?
I don't think
wow.
Vixen's ever. This is her sister. I don't think Vixen's ever been in a physical fight. No. Yeah. Well, working with the Vixen has always been fabulous for me. I mean, I'm kind of like her boss in these situations because I would book her for years, and she was always like perfectly pleasant to work with. And you see her online, and that bitch will drag somebody who tries it online. So, I mean, we've always had a great working relationship. She's fabulous. She turns it on stage every fucking time. But if somebody comes sideways, she will be the first to step up and go, I volunteer as tribute.
How do you feel about, as a, from Chicago, and you know her personally, with the situation that was happening with her and Aquaria? How do you feel about that?
All of a sudden, we're interviewing Trinity. We
Well,
wanna
I
know
want to
too.
know from the Chicago girl.
I want to know too, bitch. Come on.
I mean,
Get into it.
When I heard the whisper that the Vixen was going on the television, and she said, "Oh, I'm gonna have to skip shows for a couple months. Can I come over to your house and borrow 6 bags of jewelry?" I said, "I think she might be on TV." But I knew. I think she knew what she was there to do. Her online presence has always been very strong with what she's presented, and she went on TV knowing she was gonna have to do that. So.
You know, I have to say about Vixen though, we did the premiere week a couple weeks ago, and you know, Cosmopolitan, Vogue, we worked with so many different avenues, and I always like to ask when I go in, hey, who have you worked with, who have you liked the most? And everywhere I went, just talked about how professional and kind and sweet the Vixen was.
Yeah, Vixen has a very relaxing energy, but if someone tries it, she is duped.
And by the way,
she loves to fight.
So don't try it.
She loves to fight.
In her defense, when you get on Drag Race, you know, some of us don't get invited on a second round, so you don't have all the connections like Eureka had. Hold on, wait, let me say. No, it's so deep. No, it's the truth. Let's spill the tea. I'm saying, when you get on Drag Race, you're gonna ask anybody you can to borrow some jewelry, borrow some hair. So it's no tea. Everybody borrow everything when you get on the show.
And borrowed shit. Bitch, I borrowed that feather dress I wore last week.
Everybody do it.
My sister's dress that I bought from her. You know what I'm saying? That's how drag works.
When you get on the show, you got a certain amount of time. You bitch, you better grab everything.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't true for me.
Of course not.
I didn't, because I could sew, and then at the time, Tori Stats right here in the front was my roommate, and bitch, she sewed half my outfit.
So she did the work for you. So
Right.
borrow with her to do the deeds. And one in the car.
Bitch, worry about your circle ass looking.
Right.
I got it. That's why I'm wearing this
Y'all give it up. Y'all give it up. All right. Y'all give it up for Tori Sash. She's a special guest tonight. Sarah. We're glad you came. Love you, Sarah.
What else was covered? I've seen Monet so many times, and I feel like they made it sound like she was like janky and gut bucket, but she's always been beautiful and like so charismatic on stage, and she always looks good. Yeah, she does wear a short pussycat wig, but that is so New York to me. Is you're going from one gig to another gig, you rode the train there, and then you're gonna get your car to go to New Jersey and do a gig. That's what they do.
I don't know how they do gigs.
Wait, does anyone here you're educated and loud? Yes. Who knows the truth on that fact? Yes. Hi.
It was a class thing.
It was a class thing?
The upper class people didn't want to sound like the lower class people, so they adopted a fake dialect, and that's the one they still have.
In England, they adopted a fake dialect, and so Monet was correct.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like I've heard that before. Huh? It's the Queen's English. Yes, she is so smart. Love that.
Well, bitch, y'all know I come from Tennessee, bitch. I ain't never heard about none of that bullshit. So that was news to me.
So are there any queens in y'all's hometowns that you would like to see on Drag Race season 11? Is there anyone you're rooting for?
I have one. My drag daughter's name is Anatomical. She's batshit crazy, amazingly supportive, and she's like my right-hand gal. I think that she does amazing makeup and is super creative, and I think she would make the show justice, really. She's amazing. Follow her at Anatomical1 on Instagram. I'm just saying.
Do you still live in Tennessee currently?
I do live in Tennessee, but I'm moving to LA this month.
Hey!
Woo! Oh, big country, honey bun can go into the big city, y'all.
And Trinity, do you still live in Orlando?
I do, girl. I have 5 dogs, girl. I can't move nowhere. I'm stuck there. 5 dogs. They're my kids. I can't go to. I want to move to LA, but girl, 5 dogs.
Do you have any drag children or anyone you want to see on RuPaul's Drag Race?
Yes, I do. I have several drag children, but one of my very good friends who now lives in Louisville, Kentucky. Her name is Chantel Sparkle.
Oh yes!
She would be fierce.
Yes,
Really
she's
fierce.
sick.
Or Tori Sass. She would be here. Or Tranica Rex. I would like to see her on Drag Race. I honestly, seriously would love to see you on that show. To me, you're a very Miss Cracker personality. You have fierce drag. I'm going to keep my fingers, balls, and toes crossed that Tranica's on season 11. I'm just saying.
From your lips to RuPaul's ass.
You know who I would like to see? You know who I would like to see on season 11?
Yeah.
Miss Vanjie.
I have to say, I feel like when RuPaul was tweeting about you, I feel like your letter was in the mail for next season. So you don't have to say nothing, but...
At least All Stars 4, the fuck.
Wait, do I get to say who I want to get on there?
Yeah.
Other than me? You know, I want to see, well, I don't know if this would happen, but we, in Florida, we have a lot of fierce queens. I work with a lot of T-girls. I don't know what's the proper term and yada yada yada. But I would love to see like somebody like Chantel Marco.
Yeah.
Go on Google. Look at her, Miss Continental right now. Amanda Rod. That bitch is crazy. She would need subtitles.
Sasha Colby.
Colby from
Laura
LA.
Sexton.
Something like that. To switch it up.
We would love to see a transgendered female
I
on
would.
the show.
Yeah. Or have their own.
Yes, titties and all, bitch. Give them titties now. If Trinity Taylor can be full of this much fucking plastic,
Why the hell they came?
then a transgender woman should
Hello.
have titties and
Hold on, wait. No, a better, whatever you want to call it.
Example.
Example would be if Eureka can have these big ass titties, then a transsexual would get on the show too.
The both of you hoes. The both of you hoes.
But Vanessa,
Fuck her.
did your drag mother have anything to do with you getting on the show? Did she put your name?
Bitch, Alexis didn't give a fuck.
All right,
Who are those runways?
who were y'all's favorite? Aquarium.
I loved myself.
I love Blair's and Claire's party. And the Vixen with the big...
I like the Vixen with the see-through.
The Vixen looks so tough.
But I wish she would have came out with it, you know, and then let it... But it was like full fan the whole time. I was like, that would have been like a...
That is so cool.
Yeah. But what are our...
Miss Cracker's body, bitch.
Oh,
What?
Girl!
What
Right.
happened?
She left it in the workroom.
Girl, she's talking about a bobblehead. She looked like a damn bobblehead.
Speaking of body though, Cameron Michaels' body looked fucking amazing.
The body, yes.
That hat was a choice, but the bathing suit and body was incredible, okay?
She was literally like a real housewife from New Jersey on vacation now.
Like San Bernardino.
Huh?
San Bernardino, that's it. Never mind.
Okay, so
What is the tea?
Let's say I had to take notes because you know I got no memory. What did you think of Dusty's?
I don't think it looked like a bathing suit.
It didn't really look like anything. Yeah.
Trinity, what did you think?
Dusty, your lashes are dusted, but your swimsuit stinks. It was pretty terrible. Girl, she looked like a really bad Cher on Halloween.
Burlesque, bitch. Get your burlesque tickets near you, whores.
And I have to say, I was underwhelmed by Asia O'Hara with the pom-poms. I really thought she was going to come out and like knock me out. It was
She said I've been making costumes for Gladys Knight and shit, and then comes out looking like that.
Pom-pom.
She's been helping everyone, and she had like 12 pom-poms on.
That's what happened. She was better than everybody else.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure she brought that with her.
She brought
Swimsuit,
that.
because that was one of,
She brought that
But
look.
I will say this, her face and her hair, I was looking for it.
Oh,
Because
she's
that's the kind of
stunning.
Asian I always used to see. So I'm like, ooh, come on, fish.
She really-
The swimsuit, hated it. But I love her.
Her teeth are also like mesmerizing.
Whoa.
I wish I'm lost in them.
Yeah.
Can we talk about her looking just like Jim Carrey from The Mask with the mask on? With those teeth, bitch? Are her teeth not that white, bitch? It's unnatural. It is unnatural. I have the biggest head and the tiniest teeth. I'm so jealous. I wish.
How do you, well, no, never mind.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Be shady.
No, go ahead, you're fine.
No!
Keep it coming. I love
You're
it.
being shady.
We're
I
entertaining
was
the
asking,
masses.
girl, but you know they like to read and rose. I was gonna ask Trinity who were her top picks and her bottom picks.
What's your top two and your bottom two of the bathing suit?
It's definitely Aquaria and Blair, and the bottom two would be Dusty and Cracker.
Oh, well, that's honest.
Listen, I was kind of gagged.
What about you?
I was kind of gagged that Cracker left her body in the back.
Bro, what was she trying to jiggle?
I was, and I didn't notice. I was over here just that.
What was she?
Girl, look. I said. She had the hula hoop. Girl, go to Hawaii.
So who's your top two and your top
My
bottom two?
top two, I liked Aquarium with the Mexico get up.
Yeah.
And who else? Blair was cute, but I also, you know, my top two, and it's not because she's from Chicago, I like to see good shit.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and start this out by saying that I think that Aquaria snatched that for me personally.
Oh, bitch.
The pastel fur and the zigzag thing that looked like a styrofoam cup. That was cute.
Stunning.
Yeah. Who was a boot? Who did not do that?
Dusty for sure.
Dusty with a square body and like the gold tool and the.
I wasn't really feeling Blair either. I thought it was a little too simple for the challenge.
Also, was Blair walking like she was super uncomfortable in the last one? She was like, she was on stilts. Who do I have that I liked? I only liked Aquarium. I thought that more of the fur ones could have been sickening reveals. But like Monique came out and Blair came out and it was just like, here I am in a fur.
A fur jacket with a bell. Yeah.
Well, my runway, I absolutely loathed it, so.
You turned it, yeah.
The only low. I actually really enjoyed Cameron Michaels, even though she didn't like it. I liked her little Martian runway. I thought it was her best one.
Yeah.
I really liked, what's her name?
Cracker.
Mayhem. I
Mayhem.
thought she was consistent. I thought she did really good.
I thought Asia's
Asia
were
was
very
cute.
lackluster.
No, well,
I like
her, it was like
I didn't like her swimsuit, but I liked her other two.
Well, it
the
was
Nicki Minaj.
considering like how much they like really upped her sewing skills and stuff. I would have liked to have seen her take me all the way
Because
there.
she's so for who's she
All the
so
way
for
there.
again?
Gladys Knight,
Gladys Knight and the Pimps.
Dolly Parton,
And the Pimps.
and Alyssa Edwards and Kennedy Davenport.
But
Wow, girl.
Elephant never forgets, bitch.
Look at that.
I feel like she has to be saving us some stuff for later in the season because from all that she was like amped up to be, and from what I know about her, I'm like, okay.
Oh, she's sickening. She has
She was
beautiful
cute.
clothes.
Yeah. she is.
But I just expected these gowns covered in stones,
Right.
and you know what I mean. So
That's probably why she didn't do it. Because
Exactly.
because they know she do pageants.
Yeah,
Right.
and when it does
We
come,
see
it'll be
that.
like glow up, like.
And sometimes I think Drag Race stigma has an issue with pageant girls.
Yeah.
So maybe she's trying her best to not come across as a pageant girl
I
and
think-
really explore more.
Trinity, you kind of did that. That's what.
Hell yeah, she do.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't wear a gown until the end. Because
She got the
they
memo.
were not going to be like, oh, you're the pageant girl.
And you did what we
You know,
would expect now.
I'll say a lot of things about Trinity Taylor, but one thing that will always ring true about her is you are very creative. So
You've
even
always
though
been like
you're a
that.
pageant girl, you've always been extremely creative.
Different. Bitch, she's fierce.
I mean, look at her. The bitch looks fucking stunning tonight.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
before you was on Drag Race, you always been the girl that does pageants, but you've been like
the creative
the
bitch that
creative
does
different.
pageants.
You wasn't
Well, I
always
had to
doing
be. Did you see my makeup back then?
Well,
I didn't know you that long.
The proof is on my Instagram.
And the pudding.
well, your national title is Entertainer of the Year, which is a creative-based pageant.
And when they picked you up and drowned your ass out the audience,
Shut the fuck up.
go on YouTube and look it up.
Why am I complimenting Trinity Taylor? This
Right,
alcohol is hitting me,
Fuck
bitch.
that
The real truth about me and Trinity, I'm gonna tell you all the real tea. It's
Here we go.
crazy. No, it's crazy because
It's
we
true.
didn't get to finish this earlier. It's funny because you know how like when you have that system.
Who do y'all think is gonna be?
I mean, we all know Aquaria's winning this challenge, bitch. She has
shit. She needs to.
She has to. She has the best looks.
Yeah, you think so? Eureka,
She was the best.
the only person who was there. You think so?
I think so. I mean,
Yeah.
no, I just think she had the better
Just an
looks.
educated guess, yeah.
No, I really think she had the better look.
I feel like she definitely had the best look.
Yeah.
But by the editing of the show, it seems there might be a tie. I don't know.
There might just be, who knows?
Listen. Miss Vanjie. Miss Vanjie has something to say. If they want to do it right, Aquarium to me. Aquarium. Listen, y'all know she sold it. Mama was giving me looks. And I'm not quick to give nobody no compliment. Thank you, baby. She turned it. The little lightning bolts and things. Yeah. For me, she was the most consistent with all three categories. Miss Cracker was cute. Aquarium was fierce.
She was sickening. Aquarium was
I live for,
So, how do we feel about Cameron Michaels being in the top 3? Do you agree?
Okay, now shut that down. Don't cry. Sit your hands down and don't say shit. Well, apparently the audience live for that.
Right. No, I love Cameron, but I was so bitter, bitch, because I was like, I'm going to be in the top 3 this week, bitch. I said, well, I'm feeling cunt tonight, and I'm free of shit. Girl, I was wrong.
What do you
I can't wait for Untucked.
Right.
Oh, Lord.
Eureka's gonna have something to say.
Jesus.
I couldn't help it, Lord. I was born in Tennessee. I'm from the South. I always got something to say.
Listen, keep in mind, by the time you get to
Thank you,
Untucked,
see? He thought I deserved to be in the top 3.
okay. True.
So by the
Listen.
time y'all did that Chicago quiet thing again, y'all did that Chicago.
That's a Chicago specialty.
I love you guys so much.
That's silent stories tell themselves. That's manners. Okay, that's what you think?
Okay, who do you think should be in the bottom? Let's get to the nitty-gritty. The nitty-gritty bottom, I mean, I know you was there, so you know. But who you honestly think? Because sometimes you don't agree.
I agreed a little bit with Dusty's. I thought her looks weren't as cohesive. Honestly, her summer eleganza, the ice queen, her makeup looked better on TV than it did in person.
I can believe that. The girls, you can see the stubble in person.
Yeah.
And I'm like this on HD.
No, but she looked like she had a lot of.
I was freaking out for no reason.
She had a lot of sparkles and glitter on her face, and it made her look kind of wet in person. But it actually looks good on TV.
Well, y'all have it. Take that note down.
Yeah.
Sparkle and wet will make you look wet and good.
I also thought Mayhem might have been better than Cameron as well. I really liked him. I really liked Mayhem's.
Did
you say him?
Mayhem.
Oh,
I didn't like, what was his name? Cameron. I didn't like Cameron's makeup for the second challenge. It was
The ice queen.
I didn't like that either.
I love her costume. Her costume was cute.
Yeah.
was that the one when she had the hat on?
It was like last week, Butterface.
Girl, ooh, y'all don't want to end.
So,
Look.
Eureka, tell
Y'all
us.
done set me up, bitch. They done booked me here in Chicago. The night that I fight with fucking Vixen. This some shady ass setup bullshit. Y'all better not mom me outside, bitch. I don't. It is reality TV.
I'm having season 9 flashbacks.
Oh, bitch, me too.
Tell us your side of the story. How'd you feel in that moment, Eureka?
Well, actually, it's just, I don't want to be that bitch that's editing. So I'm not gonna be that bitch that's editing. The real tea is it's competition. Shit gets hot, shit gets heated, and you get annoyed real fucking quick. And sometimes you're rubbed the wrong way for whatever fucking reason it possibly could be. You know what I'm saying? It's a competition. I don't hold anything against her because I know we were competing at the moment, and at that moment, bitch, neither one of us had time for each other.
Bitch, y'all both fierce as fuck.
We were going through it. Oh, it ain't over. It ain't over, bitch.
That was one of the most heated exchanges I think that we had in Drag Race history. That was close to y'all were both in the preview y'all bucking up at each other.
That was Bad Girls Club. Who getting out the house, bitch? You bitch. Bye.
I'm not gonna sing because of y'all.
Right.
I'm not gonna sing because of me.
It was very nice. Girl, we got this network. Get the fuck up. VH1 don't know. They turned it to Love and Hip Hop.
I mean, girl, right. I mean, girl, the thing is we fight, we're gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? Shit gets heated, it gets hard. We all want to win. We all want to do good. We all have our own families and our own communities at home that are watching us. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of pressure. And even for me, there's a lot of pressure. So, bitch, if I fuck up hard. And sometimes, I'm just a fucking cunt.
Trinity, what you think?
Sometimes I'm a dumb cunt.
You've been on the other side of the fence, Trinity, when you said, I'm going to tell you why you finished.
Okay, alright.
Sis, I got to, sis.
Bitch,
I got to.
I'm not upset. I'm not worried about it.
I'm gonna be 100% honest here. I have gotten to know Eureka, the good and the bad. We've toured three tours together now.
Yeah.
And so I've gotten to know you a lot more on a personal note. And I will say that when Eureka is on the show and there's a lot of pressure, she wants the attention just like everybody else. And so she's gonna act up just like everybody else. Now, did you want the attention because you want to talk? Never
Rewatching that.
For me?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's just the truth, girl. Let's be real. I mean, she had a strange undertone with me, so I can feel that energy. You know, we're all human, and we can feel when somebody is like being cool with us, but there might be something kind of funny in there. And that's just kind of how it was, you know? And for me, I kept trying to be cool and we were tight. I thought we were good. You know, obviously me and her both have big personalities and we don't take no shit. So when we fought, bitch, we motherfucking fought. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, it's competition. I don't hold anything against her personally. I don't know exactly if she does me, that's not necessarily my business, it's hers. But I do know one thing, I respect and appreciate her drag. You know, and competition is competition, but as far as this, at that moment, bitch, I was motherfucking over it. You know what I'm saying? Watching it, I'm like, okay, fatty, you could have set your fat ass down for a second. But in the moment, bitch, I was just over it.
You're human.
Would you
There's
really,
a lot of pressure.
Is there anything you would do differently watching that back? Would you have stepped back and, all right, let me go get that cigarette, or would you have?
Yeah, I mean, girl, I don't think I would do anything. In my life, I don't like to regret things in life. So I don't like to change things that I've done because everything happens for a reason. So for whatever reason, that was meant to happen. Maybe it's meant to happen to teach me a lesson. Maybe it's meant to happen to teach her a lesson. But as far as that lesson, that's not my idea to decide. That's God's decision.
Come on. And 2 and 8, that is contestant number 2, Mr. Vixen. And there we go.
Have you ever been in a conversation like that with someone backstage before?
I mean, normally when I work and stuff, I don't have a lot of issues like that. I mean, literally the most I've ever fought with drag queens is on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah.
I mean, my normal shows in life, it's not a competition like that. You know what I'm saying?
Because we can walk away from you.
Right. Well, it's because you can walk away. But I mean, really, the thing is, it's TV, the pressures are high. I don't hold anything against anyone on RuPaul's Drag Race because I know what it's like to be there now. Like even Fifi O'Hara, now, I want to be her friend because I'm like, bitch, maybe you was going through some things and you needed some love and a hug, bitch, because we all know what it's like now, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to defend myself because I'm not ashamed of anything that I do in life. I do have regrets, like I wish I would have taken different directions, but I can't change it, you know what I'm saying? I have to own it. And you know what, if you don't love me or you don't like me, that's your decision to make, because at the end of the day, it took me 27 years to love everything about my fat ass, whether I'm loud, annoying, retarded, fat, disgusting, too much, too loud, too stupid. I don't give a fuck. I love the fuck out of myself. And that's what I'm trying to teach the world.
Family argue. When you family got argue and y'all have disagreements, girl, it is what it is.
Well, girl, sisters are sisters.
Yeah.
And season 10 is a big group of huge
Loud
personalities.
ass, crazy ass bitches. That's why I said,
Vanjie!
girl, yeah. Well, I appreciate that. Come on. Keep the memes coming. Keep the memes coming.
Yeah.
Hashtag Miss Vanjie.
RuPaul's track girl.
But like, okay, you were arguing.
gonna say.
When you and Eureka were arguing, and you...
Eureka is a very good person, thank you.
Q&A, that's Trinity Taylor, Miss EUI.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we are gonna follow that up with a little bit of a Q&A, and then we're gonna play a game with the queens. Real quick, I was thinking about it when I was rewatching that. What did you guys think of RuPaul's look tonight?
I like the fact that she did something different. Regardless if you love the execution or you love the fabric, I love the fact that she did something different.
The fabric kept coming in and out of the collar. Did y'all notice when it would go back and forth? And it was like, it just needed to be glued, but it was kind of irritating. And then it was stretching out around her mouth.
Yeah, I remember like literally the makeup people kept running up to the booth every 2 seconds at the end, like trying to fix things. And I don't know if you all noticed, but the last episode, she started to get, she was losing her voice. She was actually really sick and then had really bad allergies, so her eyes were running. Like that's why she had to wear the outfit she wore.
She was giving me Club Kid fear.
She looked sick, man.
With that big old red lip.
You know what, I think that bitch has done 10 seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race and she needed one night off with no makeup on, bitch.
Hello.
No, literally, Raven told me all she had on was a red lip. So go RuPaul.
Yes, for the day off, but you still at work. I live.
All right, we have a question from Pedro from Uptown. This is for Eureka.
Oh, fuck Pedro.
It says, are you still from O'Hara family? I don't know.
The O'Hara in my name actually comes from the movie Gone with the Wind.
Okay.
I was extremely obsessed with Scarlett O'Hara growing up. She was like my idea of femininity at its finest. And of course she was a little bit dramatic, so it all makes sense, you know what I mean? And she wanted to be beloved and happy and smiley and whatever. And to me, like growing up, that's all I wanted. I just wanted to have money because I grew up poor with a single mom. And I wanted to feel attractive because people told me every day that I wasn't, that I was fat and I was disgusting. And they were wrong, because now I'm Eureka O'Hara, baby. You know?
Backstory.
Right.
I read this next question and it made me laugh, and we can talk about one of the greatest things to happen to me this week was watching Trinity use the hook on Derek. It says, Trinity, this is from Mark from Chicago, how did you find a 1920s vaudeville cane and how great was it to use it on Derek?
Well, if no one knows what that story is, we did the Haters Roast tour, and Derek was a guest for one of the nights, and Derek got really wasted. I don't think I've ever seen anybody that intoxicated and not passed out. And so they still thought it was a great idea that she go and do her set. And it was absolutely terrible, but absolutely amazing to watch. But after about 4 minutes, it was like, girl, we need to help her. So like, we kept trying to do stuff to make it funny for the audience, and you know, to leave the fact that it was just terrible. And as far as the hook, girl, that just happened to be backstage.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a real thing. I had only seen it on like WB.
But let me tell you, bitch, she is fucking strong, bitch. She fought me.
Stronger than yesterday, even.
She fought me.
Shut the fuck up!
But that bitch fought me, tooth and nail, bitch, to
Well,
get out of
the
that.
hook itself was the curtain hook, right? Isn't that what they use to pull the curtain?
That really made my whole week.
Oh, girl, no, y'all only got to see a piece. Trinity was, she was so theatrical, bitch. She like crawled across, rolled the catwalk, walked down stage, was in the crowd, bitch, was watching. Derek was just like pointing and laughing, had no idea what was happening. Trinity was all over the place. It was hilarious.
In a situation like that, that's very awkward for your audience, you have to do something to make them laugh.
It's true.
And we had to do something to save her. And, you know, I love Derek, so I just felt really bad.
But I did message Derek actually the day after, just to throw this in, because I was a little worried because it was my live video that went viral. So I was like, are you okay, gal? You know, bitch, she was like, what do you mean? I got 3 bookings off this video. I'm too excited. She's like celebrating it.
There's something, Derek leans into the negative sometimes. Like she leans into the, yeah.
Let me tell
A
you.
lot like Britney.
Britney Spears blackout.
Let me
A
tell you.
lot like Britney, yeah.
You said she got 3 bookings out of this. That's exactly what Derek needs. 3 bookings at a bar. 3 bookings at a bar.
No, but she was super cool about it. I love that she took something so like, you know, she got drunk, wasted, made a fool of herself, and was celebrating it, commenting about it. You know, that's what we should be doing. You know, celebrating the dumb shit and the mistakes that we make.
She is a very specific drunk. I feel like we all have that friend who like she's bachelorette party drunk. It's like all your friends are going like, Megan, get the fuck off the stage, and you're like, no, I have something to say, and it went on for 10 fucking minutes.
But what's great about it is, like, the meanest thing that Derek could say was, Trixie, you have a lot of white around your eyes.
She was like, what about your yellow
You're
too?
yellow too. Yeah. Your name is Chuck for tonight.
It's Tracy Mantell, right? What's
Tracy
your
Montel. Tracy Montel.
Montel.
That was good. I like that.
You just trying to put your own in it.
Right.
All right, we'll take some questions from the audience, and then we'll play a game of Never Have I Ever. So raise your hands. Yeah, we'll go for a little bit, and then. Okay. Hi, what's your question?
Hi, is Miss Vanjie performing tomorrow as well?
Miss Vanjie is performing tomorrow.
I didn't know if I could release that info.
Yeah. So the meet and greet is at 9:30 tomorrow.
Listen,
all the girls will be there, and
they were asking me my DMs. When are you coming to Chicago? When are you coming to Chicago? I was like, I was in the heart. Love you.
Performances start around 10
But
o'clock.
tomorrow, bitch, we gonna get lit the fuck up.
Yeah? Alright, what's your question?
Okay. So out of all of Miss Vanjie memes, which one is your all-time favorite?
Bitch, you know I live for The Shining. When they write it God, the psycho killer looking little kid. I live.
This question is for Miss Vanjie. So, I don't know if you know this.
Mr. Daddy.
It's amazing to see you here because last week, Tranica said how much she loved you.
I love you.
already know.
Every
Listen,
week.
trust me, I knew this.
Is that why you're here?
See me in the DMs. She's so
Baby.
So, Tranica, I'm just standing next to you. What do you think?
Tranica.
Okay, so earlier this week, she
Go ahead, disclose the info.
She posted a picture with Aquaria wearing some wig, and I said, why is David Bowie talking to my girlfriend, first of all? But I had already told her, this is my girlfriend. We hung out in LA. This is my friend. I love her. I'm a crush on her. So we'll be making sweet, precious love.
But the thing that got me nervous, well, yes, the thing that got me nervous, bitch, Vixen too has a big crush on me. And bitch, after
We
tonight,
talked about it on the mic, too.
baby, I saw the episode, trust me, I be tuning in too. I'm in color. Bitch, between you and Vixen, I might have to be on Bible study.
Can you imagine?
Or spit roasted.
Can you imagine?
Well, you know, Vixen's out of town.
Aggressive. Okay.
Aggressive.
But girl, this is
She'll
going
be
on
home
YouTube
Friday.
in
She'll
what,
be home
2-3
Friday,
days?
bitch. Go ahead, sorry.
I was just gonna say, can you imagine having sex with a vixen? That's some hate sex there, bro.
Sometimes that's what you need.
Somebody's gonna die.
Sometimes you need that aggressive ass.
Because she gonna murder that pussy, bitch.
Shut the fuck up and lay your ass down.
She
Talk
gonna
too
be,
much.
no, she gonna be like,
Miss
you
Vanjie,
fucking
I don't
say,
hear none of that shit, lay down.
no, she gonna say, you call me negative bitch and murder that pussy, bitch. Murder.
Girl,
She's gonna put it in your mouth and say Miss Vanjie.
what are you gonna do?
Good.
No, this is bad. No, this is going bad. Next question, please.
Hi, what's your question?
So this is a little personal, a little real, but my boyfriend came out like 3 months ago. What advice would you give to someone who just came out?
Oh, wow, we took a sharp turn.
I'm sorry, that's pretty
Wow.
You know what you should tell
I'm
him?
sober now.
You know what you should tell him? Miss Vanjie. gay redirect now. I don't know. What would you say, Eureka?
Honestly, me and Trinity randomly, and she probably won't admit this.
Both came out?
No, this past week we were on tour and we went and watched Love, Simon together.
So good!
We actually did. And basically the movie is about the coming out process and how hard it is. And what it did is it made me think, I don't know if it did you, but it made me think about my coming out process. And I think the biggest thing that I learned from coming out is the fact that you have to realize who the people are in your circle, your life, or your friends that do celebrate who you are. Find those people and stay as close to those people as humanly possible, because they will take care of you through this process. You know?
Hallelujah.
Amen. Amen.
All right. What's your question?
Hey, so why do you think that Asia didn't mention Fifi when she was talking about drag daughters?
Oh, that's real too.
Well, is that really their family? I don't know. Is that her family?
Asia O'Hara is Fifi's drag mother.
I was thinking this exact thing watching it. I think it's because, not necessarily a negative or a positive, she just doesn't want that to hinder or help her in the competition. She just wants to either do her own cycle through the competition by her own merit, not based off of somebody else.
Or maybe she did mention it and they edited it out.
Oh, true. Or maybe she's like,
I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe.
Like Miss Cracker did on Alexis.
Okay, do we have one?
Any more fan questions? Raise your hand if you got them, baby. Come on. Don't be afraid.
Ask these questions. Don't be hitting us up in the DMs.
I gotta pee and I need to order Grubhub, bitch. I'm hungry. Right, Grubhub.
I have to say this has been one of my favorite viewing parties that we've ever had. We have 3 chatty Cathy bitches. You made my job very easy tonight. I was just sitting back and laughing the whole time. So thank you guys for your sickening, and also welcome to our surprise guest. All right, what's your question? Sorry.
This is for Trinity. Sorry, my voice is bad for allergies. I've been following you for years, since the Louisville days. I'm from Louisville. So I just, anything with the popularity, is there anything you miss from back in the day?
Oh, definitely. Something that a lot of people don't know, everybody thinks I'm a big bitch, which is true. But it's not just because I'm a bitch, it's because I'm very, very, socially awkward. I'm very antisocial. And I miss being able to just go and do whatever I want to do and people not recognize you. And people recognize you now, in the most awkward, weird places. Like when you're peeing at a urinal. Or when you're trying to nap on a plane and the flight attendant sits next to you and it's like, hey, I know you're trying to sleep, but I love you. Yeah, it gets a little weird, but I mean, girl, this is what we signed up for. So, but I miss just being able to go and do whatever I want to do and not recognize. Thank you for the love and support, though, from years ago.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool.
I have a question for Miss Vanjie. What are your favorite type of cookies?
My favorite. Listen, okay, here we go. Well, first of all, I don't really have a sweet tooth. I'm not too much of the dessert kind of girl. Just straight, leave the coins on the dresser. But why y'all gagging? I told y'all that shit from the first episode, and that was the only episode. But if I had to pick, I would probably be the original Chips Ahoy, crunchy, regular. Yeah, I don't really eat cookies though. The cookies is like
Chips Ahoy?
Yeah, girl, when I say get these cookies, it's not literally get a fucking cookie. It's like get these cookies, get this, eat it, bitch. And they're like, bitch, you starving and you want this, get these cookies. Pow, get it, wow. And they're like, so there you go, when you go to Google in your Wikipedia, then you got update that shit and get these cookies and serving, a look.
Right, eat the cookie jar, bitch.
Toto, nibble, whatever the fuck you got,
Put your hand in that motherfucking cookie jar and eat them motherfucking cookies.
Get out, motherfucking girl, hello.
Obviously, the cookies mean different things to different people.
From titties and lips to God. is what I would like to say. Trinity the Tuck Taylor had to answer the question. As always, rude as fuck.
When you go Googling that Wikipedia, that was my favorite part. Original, digital. Okay. All right. We are going to play a game of Never Have I Ever. Your options are no or yes. All right. Some of them are pretty obvious. Follow it up with a little story if you feel like it. Okay. Never have I ever had sex in drag.
You better tell the truth.
Was it one time? Or was it a repeat offense?
Listen, baby, I'm just gonna be real. Okay, first, I lived as a trans woman for 5 years of my life. This is true. Actually, from 18 to 23, I went to college, lived, honey, survived, fucked, and thrived as a trans woman named Eureka in East Tennessee.
Not Erica!
Her name was Erica, bitch! Her name was Erica. Girl, but I do want to say another thing. So fuck yeah, I fucked in drag. You know what I'm saying? When I was in drag, girl, if the boys want it, I'm sorry, but when you weigh almost 400 pounds, you take the dick when it's smacking you in the face. You know what I'm saying? When that dick gets hard, bitch, you do something with it, okay?
I want to know, okay, so you haven't tried it like me, but would you?
No. Girl, drag is gross. Girl,
yeah, it's too much.
Nobody wants this lipstick smear, my hair all in the way, my oily skin. My dick is not fragrant right now. Up my ass, girl. That ain't cute. What you mean? You want? No, we are not sleeping together.
Yeah. Bitch, all you need is some wet wipes by the bed. Hope and perseverance, bitch.
Do it.
I need a shower.
Bitch, I ain't got time to do all that neck licking and bullshit. You find the hole, do your job, hit the motherfucking door. You know what I'm saying?
Good smooth.
Because I am ready to shower, wash this off, and go to Denny's. Hallelujah.
But to each their own. I'm definitely not gonna rain on nobody's parade.
Well, you're lucky because you got that sexy little boyfriend over there on the wall, so you can just fuck whenever you want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all give it up for Leo, Trinity's boyfriend on the wall.
Leo, do you ever want Trinity in?
No, he don't.
Don't lie, cause she's.
I fucking love Banshee, bitch.
Well, you gotta answer. We want the audience want to know. We're gonna educate the children. You ever wanted to get Trinity and Trinity? And
I can get her however I want her.
oh, whatever we go. Trinity, you better hope you don't walk
Do us all a favor and fuck her tonight in drag. Pull her by her hair and then
go
smack
to
her in
tweet
the
it.
face.
Tweet it.
My hair, this wig is coming off, bitch.
Yes! Do one of those Monet shake and goes, the little Debbie Snack ones.
A little blonde finger wave.
The
bitch.
comfortable one.
Right.
Slap a fish.
Okay, let's get off of my sex life, bitch.
Girl, that's a good top though. Damn. What's the next question? Let's move on. Yes or no? Shit.
All right, this one is kind of an obvious one. Never have I ever had work done. I mean, you don't have to take us through the whole kit and caboodle.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just looking at yes.
You don't have to listen.
Wait, well, I'll just tell you my most recent thing. I love plastic surgery. I mean, anything to look more weird.
Your nose job looks fabulous.
Thank you.
You look good. You look good.
I'm gonna go have a second nose job in January. That's not a lie. It is. It's not exactly what I wanted. So we're gonna go till he gets it right. And then I just had
same doctor and everything.
Yeah, girl. He gonna do it for free, bitch. It's not what I paid
Yes. Come on, Quintanas.
Bitch, I want a little pixie nose, bitch. This is.
Tinkerbell.
We did a little bit of shaving, but I want a pixie nose. But
Wait, you had a nose job?
Here we go. This is why.
bitch.
Behave, sis.
But I had cool sculpting yesterday, and bitch, let me tell you what, that shit motherfucking hurts. Has anybody else had cool sculpting?
Girl, we don't got cool sculpting money, girl.
I've heard mixed reviews on cool sculpting that it doesn't always like stay like one or two.
I don't know, but girl, it hurts. It hurts.
It's on your body.
It's non-surgical lipo.
Yeah.
And it's with a suction thing, and it's really cold, and they put it in different areas of your body.
And so for the people that can afford, go to your freezer, get your ice cube, lay your ass down, put those ice cubes there and say, I want to be skinny, I want to be skinny. And get the fuck up and say, girl, ain't shit happening. You got my lemonade. Hit it, whore.
Fried chicken Popeyes, honey.
Since we're feeling it, I'm gonna do another round of shots.
Now we're feeling it, girl. This is true tea.
Jameson, tequila, and
obviously.
She wants water, and I want
vodka.
Vodka.
Will you do a shot with us, Trinity? Just one?
No.
One?
Listen, I don't eat meat, so I drink. That's the least I can do.
You're vegetarian?
I'm pescatarian. I eat seafood.
She's a vegetarian, yeah.
Oh, not really?
No, I'm gonna give it to her.
Okay, can we?
Tori.
Wait, prices are getting good.
Tori's like, I'll take a bitch.
You better take that shot, bitch. You been looking at all these clicks.
Eureka,
take that shot, girl.
You've never had anything cosmetic done at all?
No, actually, no. I've had Botox, but does that count?
Yes.
Does Botox count? Bitch, listen. The only Botox I had was from here in my hairline to halfway back. And what that does? No, I'm serious. If you do that, it keeps your forehead from sweating, so that my fucking wigs will.
You know what? This is the problem with people.
I'm not
They
kidding.
always have an excuse to go, oh girl, plastic surgery. I only got.
If I could afford it, bitch, I would do more.
I only got my face lifted because it was bringing money into my bank account. That's the only reason.
Well, listen, you know what? I got one thing to say real quick. I'm so lucky by God because I have this tiny little nose and all these natural curves, bitch.
Oh, Lord, here we go. Listen, wait. Hold it.
Cheeseburger.
How many people, by the show of hands, you don't gotta disclose, who are in here have worked something? Some injection, something. Don't lie.
That bitch
we do an autopsy for everybody. Everybody get autopsy.
Miss Vanjie, what have you had done?
Mama, just a little bit of little pins and needles poked here and there with everything else.
Yeah.
Just a little.
So your cheeks, your lips, your forehead.
Hold on, wait. I brought a picture of Angela.
I know this bitch, y'all. I can tell you.
I can't, just.
She's been injected in
Yeah,
her booty
I
hole.
don't give a fuck. No, not my booty. Yeah, thank you.
In your booty hole.
Thank you, sis, for the little. Listen, I got my lip. That was before Drag Race. I got my lips done a little bit, tweaking.
And then she got them done again after Drag
And
Race.
that's because it was uneven. So what's the tea? Don't hate a bitch. Get with it. Thank you. Wait till you see them up close.
Trinity, what have you had done?
Botox, and I just got fresh lips on Tuesday.
Come on, put it in. Kylie Jenner.
Here, let's do our cheers. Eureka's been holding her drink sideways this whole time, so we're gonna do this before she shows it up.
All over the
Because
floor.
I am slanted and big, bitch. Y'all got my big ass on this tiny chair. And y'all see me struggling all night on this chair, bitch. All night I've been like, oh goddamn, I'm gonna fall off this chair. Oh,
All right, we'll do a few more of the game, but before we do, cheers to our guests. Cheers!
Yeah, y'all have been lovely.
Cheers!
Chicago! 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 And you see why I was mean easily.
Chicago!
Okay, why don't you lean backwards like saying it? Chicago. Go.
Trinity, why don't you lip sync against Peppermint again? And leave that way. Listen, Mike.
You know what?
I don't like to be like that.
I ain't even gonna read you, girl.
Don't read me, please. Because I already read myself when I left the first episode. Stop.
I'm gonna let you pass that one.
Okay, listen, y'all don't know, but Trinity is like my titi, because she's from Orlando, and she's one of the first entertainers that I saw. She was at somewhere in the Old Town. You was doing Do What You Want by Lady Gaga. And I said, oh my God, that's a tranny. No. Oops, sorry, I don't know if that's the term, sorry. But, oh my God, that's the, and it was Trinity, and I was mad, because the transformation. So I said, come on, coin.
Well, thank you.
So that's how you recover. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you recover. When you're about to get roasted and weed and toasted, you give a compliment real quick. You say, girl, I live for you. You're my sister.
Y'all give it up for Vanjie stupid ass.
But on a real note, I'm gonna need y'all to keep making up these memes so RuPaul can keep tweaking me, y'all. I don't know how long my life extension cord is going. Mama is riding the waves.
I have a feeling that you're gonna be around for a long time.
I think you're definitely gonna be on next season.
Y'all never. Shinji, what's the tea, sis? I'm coming out the cookie jar.
Yes.
All right.
Because I don't want to go against Trinity and All-Stars.
Oh,
Yeah?
why, girl?
Yep, because
Somebody gotta go home first.
I can't go home. Y'all know what? Fuck Trinity! Fuck Trinity!
Stop! Trinity, if they called and asked you about All-Stars 4, you would be down.
Oh, yeah, girl.
Oh, yeah.
I deserve it, bitch. She's fierce. Who else y'all gonna put? Let's be honest. Trinity to go on All-Stars 4. Okay, y'all wanna talk to... Y'all got more other stuff
There's
than
actually a lot of girls from Chicago that deserve to be on All Stars.
I believe that.
Naomi,
Shay.
of course. Wait, hold on. You just said all your
Chicago produces some sickening ass queens,
Thank
bitch.
you.
Y'all produce some sickening
We've been watering that
queens.
fucking
Chicago
for
legendary.
years.
Y'all know
Right.
Ooh, I got an idea.
What?
Bitch, if they bring this thing that really put Chicago on the map, I am from Chicago. Bring Mystique Summers, bitch. And y'all want
No, there was a read that I had for Latrice on the Haters Roast that I forgot to tell, but I wanted to be like, Latrice Royale, you look like Mystique Summers got stung by a bee.
But wait, have y'all seen Mystique Summers recently? That bitch is like...
Bitch, she's skinny, bitch.
I was gang. I'm like, that's the same bitch.
Her and Madam LaQueer girl, they went and got skinny, bitch.
Bring Mystique. And all the other ones.
All right, we'll do a couple more. Never have I ever personally angered RuPaul.
I wasn't there long enough.
I'm so sorry, what did you ask?
Never have I ever personally angered RuPaul.
Oh, that's... Oh, shit.
Yeah.
No. I wasn't there long enough.
Yes means we have or no? What?
Like if you disagree.
Yes, have you? Yeah.
Yes, I think I have.
What do you think you did to anger RuPaul?
So, in one of the episodes, they dismissed us off the stage, and I was quickly getting off stage and went into the hallway. At the same time, RuPaul was coming in, and she's like, "Well, how did you get back here?" And then I didn't make it to the top two.
And now we know why.
So that's my theory. Because I ran into her in the hallway.
She was just mad. Yeah.
She's like, fuck that queen. She got my way.
All right, Eureka, what'd you do to piss off Ru?
There's this moment that you might see eventually in the future, I'm not sure.
Sis?
No, listen, RuPaul does not like to see people eat food. I'm serious, this is a thing. This is a real thing. No, literally, RuPaul doesn't like to watch people eat, so there might be a moment where I'm going to... I can't tell y'all this shit!
I'm gonna go ahead and say...
Put two and two together.
But no, really, RuPaul does not like to watch people eat food. And there's a moment where I squirt ketchup into my mouth, and she literally almost vomits, bitch. And then leaves set because she's about to vomit.
No, I can relate to RuPaul on that. I fucking hate condiments. I hate them.
You hate condoms?
Condoms.
Condiments are for cowards.
Condoms, no. Prep, yes.
Yes, prep. Please, prep.
Preparation H. Oh.
Preparation H, you stupid bitch.
You see why the fuck they had to separate me and Eureka?
Just push that hemorrhoid back in that hole, bitch. Just stop. Just stop it, girl. You know you're taking a dick later.
Never have I ever used my fame to get out of trouble. Never have you ever had to use your fame to get out of trouble.
No. Eureka, you better tell the truth, shame the devil.
Your fame got you into trouble.
Listen, I have done everything in the world because I am crazy as cat shit. If y'all haven't noticed already, bitch, I've been through things. I put people through things. I don't fit through things. No, but I got pulled over in Tennessee, and in Tennessee, East Tennessee, where I live, Johnson City, everyone knows who Eureka O'Hara is all of a sudden, because the last thing that came out of Tennessee was Jack Daniels. And I drank that shit too, you know. But one night I got pulled over after going to the gay bar, and girl, this cop came up, he banged on the window. I was so, bitch, listen. I was so high. I wasn't drunk, I was not drunk because I do not drink and drive, but I do ganja and drive. I was so high, bitch. He knocked on the window, and all I could think of was Cheech and Chong, and I was like, keep on knocking, but you can't come in. This motherfucker, okay, so I rolled down the window, and he was like, he took my ID, and all of a sudden I started laughing.
Did you interview your wife?
No, listen, the story, I started laughing. He was like, oh my God, are you Eureka O'Hara? I was like, yes, sir, I am. I know certainly am. He said, your laugh, he was like, my laugh told on myself. Bitch, I got away with a warning, bitch. A warning? Right to the house, bitch. Girl, he asked me to sign his warning slip, bitch. I signed my autograph on his warning slip. And I said, I love you so much. Hit me up on Facebook. I'll message you back. Mwah, bye. I am pumped, bitch. Pumped.
And then after that, she crashed into 4 other people, hit 5 other people, against friends. And she said, yes, God, I'm going to see the 10.
No, then I made it home. And I asked my lovely roommate to take me to Taco Bell to get a taco.
Taco Bueno!
Just one taco?
That's true.
Just one taco?
Actually, I usually get a cravings deal burrito, no beans with a Mexi melt, and I need a chalupa supreme on the side. With a fancy to drink.
I don't know.
I needed some cinnamon twist.
When you
That has to polish it up.
It comes with the cravings deal.
lunchtime with Eureka, she even says, let everyone eat first. When we were on break for lunch, you know, that one episode I was on, she said, everybody eat. She said, everybody eat. And then she would go and just, you know.
Drill.
Just.
No, I like to
Let me
be
watch
polite.
this. And she would hit up the other, the stations with the food, the little snacks, the
Lunch! Oh, crafty.
And you would tell me, she would say, take some to your room, trust me.
No, I told her, I'd be like, girl, get the fruit snacks, get the chips, put them in your bag, take them to your hotel room.
What is happening?
We're talking about food, Mary.
Can we do another one?
Let's do another one. I'm actually going to close it up, I think.
Okay.
We got a few more questions. Let's get to the people.
Questions are over, bitch.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're drunk as
And
shit.
the tequila.
All right. Thank you guys so much.